Hey, good morning, Laguna Woods Village. It's Monday morning, 10 o'clock, and you know what that is? It's Club Talk time. This is the show that brings the clubs to you. That's right, we pick out 2 clubs every month. We broadcast the show on every Monday during the month, and we change the clubs out every month, and you get a chance to view 2 different clubs. And we hope the show is exciting and informative as we try to bring it to you. And today we have a show of shows. We have the Sunshine Performance Club here, talk about the big show coming up in December and what they're up to. And Sunshine Ludi will be here along with Mark Hochberg, and that happens right after the break. But first we have the Old Pros. They're here live and in person. We have John Perrick along with Carol Shallon, and they have a big show coming up in a couple of weeks. They're going to tell us all about it. And well, let's just start and get right into it. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Tony.
This is John, and this is Carol.
Hello.
Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Nice to meet you.
What do we got going here? All right, so the Big Time Radio Show coming up. We'll start off with that, folks. Here's the flyer. If you can get a good view of that. The Old Time Radio Show. And the Old Pros is kind of famous for doing their radio shows.
Yes.
Tell us about how you developed this one. And
All right. Well, I'll tell you how it all developed itself. I mean, years ago when I first moved here, I noticed there were a lot of people with a lot of talent here, but they wouldn't audition, or they were afraid to audition because they couldn't remember lines anymore. And so I said, well, in that case, why don't we do radio shows? And that way they don't have to worry about the lines, and they could read the script, and their talent would show through. So that's how it all began, and since then, every year we've had a radio show. I think we missed 2 years. We missed last year and sometime
before
in the
that.
past.
Okay.
You know.
Well, we're lose counting.
Yeah, right. You know, and we get paid anyway.
That's right.
We do?
Oh, I forgot
You
it.
didn't get the memo. You didn't get the memo.
So anyway, so now we're doing 3. Which we normally do. We're doing the Bickersons to start the program off with, which is a 15-minute comedy with 2 people in it.
Interesting.
And their name is, what do you think their name is? The Bickers.
The Bickersons, of course. It's all about the Bickersons.
You're really quick.
Fast, thank you. A little slow today. It's still early.
And then we have the Great Gildersleeve, which was a really popular
Yeah, tell us a
show.
little bit about that. What is the Great Gildersleeve?
Well,
is he an individual?
Yes, he is. He is, and it has nothing to do with his sleeves.
Okay.
Right? But he is an individual, and he's got a very unique laugh, and he has a kind of a lady friend who he rather likes, but as all men, they never get the lady friend that they want when they want them, and so he's trying to woo her, and it's time to do her taxes, so he thought he'd get involved in that.
This takes place in
43.
43, yeah. And so that's what that show's about. And then, and Ben Holtman is directing that. I'm directing the...
Yeah, you were directing the Bickersons.
The Bickersons.
Right.
And then Carol Shallon is directing
The Day
the Earth Stood Still.
Wow, what an undertaking.
It was better to do it together.
It did have a little more effect, I have to
Yes.
admit, yes. So Carol, tell us, jump in there on the Day the Earth Stood Still. That's a big undertaking, and we all flash back to the movie, the black and white movie. It was
Yes,
God, the
Michael
early
Rennie
50s,
and
right?
Patricia Neal. I remember seeing it originally. I hate to say that, but it's true.
Hey, proud of it.
And what's fascinating about this is the theme still comes down to where we're at today. There's too much violence, and if we don't stop the violence, there's going to be nothing left.
Wow.
And it's well stated, it's very clear in there, and it's a message that I feel needs to be said over and over again.
Timeless. Yes,
Well,
definitely.
especially today.
Yes.
Especially today.
Interesting that Carol brought that up about the violence because, earlier this year we did The Lion in Winter. And Odette, who played, Odette Derryberry, who
Yes.
played Elizabeth, she had a line in that play when our kids are arguing, and she said, it's the year 1183 and we're still barbarians.
Huh.
And I love that line because here it is, 2017.
Wow.
And we're still
Barbarians. Yes, that might be just a bit of the human nature.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we were set in the late 40s, early 50s for the day the Earth stood still, and so there it's in between, and it's still going on, and we've got to stop. I saw a performance of the Trojan Women, and that was, again, it was just at Saddleback last Sunday. Same thing, the violence, and at the end of it, they had a collection for refugees because they're like, constantly, every hour of the day, there are at least 20 or 30 people becoming refugees, being homeless.
Wow.
And it's got to stop.
Got to.
And
We
I'm
sure
getting
hope
up on
so.
my soapbox.
Very
Sorry
good.
about
No,
that.
well said. Well said. Now, the day the Earth stood still, are we doing the whole production? It's the
Yes.
start
And
to finish.
I have a big cast. Originally, there are 21 characters.
Wow.
3 women, and the rest 18 men, although some are very small parts. And what I did
They're
do,
very small.
Right, little bit.
and what I did do is I wanted to find a Mel Blanc type character who could stand there at the microphone and go from Russian to Indian to Luxembourg and American, and be that one person like a Mel Blanc who can just do all those different voices. So I
Great.
did find
You found your
someone,
man. Good.
and we have several of the gentlemen are taking on dual roles.
Wow, interesting. And the minor special effects, I would imagine?
Oh,
it's-
our special effects.
have
Well,
it
of course,
all-
when you're talking about spaceships, you've got more. But that's another whole thing because half of the stage is devoted to our special effects, our sound people, and that's a big part of the radio show. And it was when they were first produced. They would bring in the audiences, and the audience had as much fun watching how these sounds were created as they did watching the actors. And that's the other side of it, though. But the actors, because you're listening to them, it's a whole different dimension than when you're on stage as this character. Now, you're having to create the image in people's minds, so the voice takes on more importance.
Interesting.
And
yes.
we've got some really wonderful voices in all 3 of the shows.
And of course, they're all dressed in period pieces and costumed and bringing the
They're dressed
authenticity.
like they would dress in the 40s.
In the 40s, right? In the 50s, everything. Well, it was very exciting. And John, tell us about the Bickersons. Now, are you happy with your crew?
I am.
Delighted with what you ended up with?
Yes, I have Cheryl Baker and Bill Reed as the 2 characters in that. And one of the first directions I told them was, you've been married forever and you act like it. And so, and they have captured that, It's a couple of 2 people who are totally in love with one another, but over the years, they've get on each other's nerves in their own little loving way, and they never really mean anything harmful about how they complain or those
little barbs.
barbs. So, and if they didn't do that, they would wonder what was wrong with their relationship. And both Cheryl and Bill captured the characters. I have captured it really, really well.
Great. So you're happy it's going to be a great show and
Yeah.
full of all that theater stuff. Speaking of theater stuff and backgrounds, you had a great history in Hollywood, and you were a star in your own rights. Give us a couple of movies that we could have seen you in.
Oh, well, True Grit, that was one. In a movie made in the 70s called Coffee. And tons of TV shows,
Yeah.
Barnaby Jones, Cannon, Streets of San Francisco, Bonanzas, Mavericks.
That was great TV.
Yeah.
You must have been busy and great. How do you find, like now, how do you find the difference? Do you long for the old acting days in front of the camera instead of like now directing behind the camera?
Well, what I did is I acted for 25 years in Hollywood in front of the camera, and then the last 20 years of my career I went on the other side of the camera. And now, you know, I'm doing both. I'm on stage acting, and then I'm directing. And
do you find that the acting really helped the directing talents?
Yeah, you know, some actors become very successful directors because they have the insights of the character, and not that other directors don't have insight, but I like to put myself in an actor's position and direct them accordingly. I don't like to be an ogre or any of that kind of shit.
Right.
But
you're an actor's director.
But yeah, and to me, you know, the directing part of it is even more creative than the acting part, because the actor is worried about creating that background of the character, you know, bringing that character to life. As the director, the director has to create the entire ambiance and bring this world alive that's on stage, and the actors are part of that world. So both have their very unique ways of expression, and so I find them both really, really exciting.
Very good, very good. Yeah, and it shows in your work, definitely. You have a passion for it, and it really shows. So where's the Old Pros headed, you guys? What's in store for next year? You already have something in the works?
I've heard the possibility of Charlie's Aunt in the springtime, which is a wonderful classic farce that plays around the world almost constantly.
No kidding, one of those great,
really
everyone loves
fun,
them.
Really fun.
Charlie's Aunt.
When I was in repertory in Chicago, and I hate to say it, in 1958, 59.
Back then.
Back then, a lot of groups, off-Broadway kind of groups in Chicago, were doing Charlie's Aunt, you know.
Well, we look forward to that.
Been around.
Yeah, we look forward to that and anything the Old Pros puts in, because they're definitely a talented group of actors and stage people and crew, and they get along really good as friends and produce some great stuff for us in the village here. So we thank you very much.
Can I put in just a little
Absolutely,
bit?
please.
We also do monthly meetings, and more we're trying to incorporate a lot of the people who may not make it onto the main stage production but still enjoy acting, and that's a wonderful venue. And we really recommend that people who are interested join the Old Pros, come to the meetings. We do announce in the Globe when we have auditions for the monthly meetings, and that's another venue that we have open to the community.
And there's monthly entertainment generally at these meetings, and find out all about the Old Pros. Now that's the third Thursday.
Second
Thursday of the month at Clubhouse 7 at 4:30.
4:30.
That's
4:30.
it.
Very good. So if you're interested in the Old Pros, you want to get involved, you can join them at the meeting, and who knows where next time we'll see you on the front stage. Okay, well, thank you guys very much for joining me on Club Talk. Great conversation, and we'll see you at the movies.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye.
Folks, stay tuned. We got a break right now, but we'll be right back with the Sunshine Performance Club. Stay tuned.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is unique in the nation in serving its senior population, our friends and neighbors, with temporary financial assistance. Your donations assist Laguna Woods residents in maintaining their quality of life by providing help with medical bills, food, respite care, Meals on Wheels, and other emergency needs. With village support, the foundation continues to help our residents. Can we count on you to donate?
What do I want to be when I grow up? Between raising a family and paying bills, the curiosity and drive for knowledge may have taken a back seat. Join the Emeritus Institute and explore over 200 tuition-free courses throughout South Orange County. It's never too late to explore the what if of your academic goals. Apply on our website or by visiting our Clubhouse 4 office or the Saddleback campus. The Saddleback College Emeritus Institute, your first choice for lifelong learning in South Orange County.
Welcome back, folks, to Club Talk, part 2 of today's show, and we have the Sunshine Performance Club here with us in the persons of Sunshine Ludi here live and in person, and Mark Hochberg, Mr. Piano Man, is here as well. Welcome, folks, to Club Talk. Thank you for joining me. And we're all excited about, first of all, talking to you guys, but the big show coming up in December. And this, by the way, I think it's number 20.
Number 20.
Number 20. 20 shows that Sunshine Performance Club has put on
for 10
very
years.
good benefactors. And she just produces and produces and produces, one of the busiest gals in the village, and always quality, and fun shows. And this one's going to be no different.
Going to be no different. We got a really good group of people that are going to be performing. And today I want to actually talk about how Mark here has tied everything together for me, because he has come to our group. He performs in our group, in our shows. He performs in our weekly shows at SCADS.
It's all labor of love. That's what
yes, labor of love.
Yeah.
In our monthly Alzheimer's group, he performs there. So he's tied all this together for us. And actually, he's going to be probably playing most of the songs in our holiday show. I'm not going to go too much about the detail, because I'm going to be on later on to talk about the different acts.
Okay.
But one of the acts will be him on the hula hoop.
We have got competition. We have a dual hula hoop this year.
A dual hula hoop.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty fun.
Very good. Look forward to that. And Mark, you know, you have suddenly instant celebrity. You're a big man in the village here. And that just kind of happened, what, a couple of years ago? You kind of were, all of a sudden, you was
Well,
Mark,
we started
Mark
with
everywhere.
Sunshine because I met her at a TGIF
Right.
at Clubhouse before they remodeled it. They had the piano in the lobby. And afterwards, I sat down at the piano and started playing. People started gathering around the piano. And Sunshine and her husband David started, can you play this? Can you play that? So I played it, and he was singing along. And the next thing I knew, I was, they put me in one of their next show. And after that, I did more. I didn't do as much in that first show, but more and more in the second show.
That's
and the more I played, the more people found out about it. And I got offers to play here for club meetings and luncheons and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I bet. Once the cat's out of the box, you know, you're a wonderful piano player, just magic fingers. You can play anything. Anyone that I've seen, every time I've been with Mark and people have been shouting out, play this, he can play it.
If he has the tune up there in his head,
if I've heard
it comes out.
I can probably play it. Some tunes need more than one time, but you know, if I know the song.
Is that your talent? You can convert the mental thoughts of the song to your fingers.
Well, they have the show, The Music Man, where they says, think, men, think, and you're supposed to be able to play. So I'm thinking it's the same way with me. I think of a song, and the notes automatically fall in place. I know where they go, and I can't explain it. People ask me, how do you play without sing the music or having, it's just instantaneous. I can't explain it to them.
It's your talent. Yeah. It's his
I can do
God-given
the
talent.
same thing, but not like him.
Yeah, you turn out some wonderful music.
Yeah, thank you.
on the
Should I mention
fly.
about the
Yeah,
no.
the very first thing that's going to happen in our show is that the Woods combo
Yeah, the Woods
is
combo.
going to be playing while we have a pre-video show showing the charities, the sponsors, and the entertainers. And so that'll be playing above their heads, and they're going to be entertaining for 45 minutes because you see, it's open seating, $10 open seating. So people are going to want to get there early. So at 6:15, the doors will open, and these guys are going to be playing. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, we had the idea that the village needed a different type of band. There are several rock groups here for the dances, but we thought there was a void that we needed to play another kind of music that was enjoyable, that was danceable, that people could listen to. So we started, it was called the Woods Trio originally, but then we added Moki Lund as a wonderful vocalist. So it's now the Woods Combo. And we play music in a sort of a jazzy style, but old standards, but we play contemporary music. We're trying to fit anything that's adaptable to our style. We'll play Beatles songs and more contemporary stuff that'll fit that style of music. And so far, people have really enjoyed it where we've played, and they want to hear more of it. It's
Wonderful.
really good.
Yeah, I've been hearing more and more about the Woods combo. So the word's getting around, just like it did for you already.
Yeah. So we're going to be playing before the show for about 45 minutes. Some holiday songs, and we'll mix it up. Maybe holiday songs, non-holiday songs. Moki will be singing. And then Bill Hemberger, the drummer, and myself, and I will be playing during the show too. And I don't know if Dutch is playing, maybe not.
I don't believe he is this time, but he sure is part of the combo.
But we'll be in the whole show. I'll be playing from the beginning to end. It always works out that way.
It's going to keep that music going while I do Sleigh Ride. Oh, that thing goes fast.
And is Santa making an appearance?
Well, Santa will be there. We're not passing out candy this time because we have a GRF bar, no host bar,
Right.
where people can buy treats and so forth, and we need to break even. So this time, Santa's just going to be on stage when we have some songs where people are singing to him. It'll be really cool.
Good, good, good. Any other surprises that you don't want to divulge too much? But
Well, no.
tell us what's on store.
Basically, the fact that it is for 3 charities,
Right.
the same 3 charities that we've done before. It's up on behind me. It is Alzheimer's Orange County. It is the Foundation of Laguna Woods Village, and it is Kiwanis Saddleback Kiwanis Foundation. I'm sorry, got a little tangled there. But what these people do, I think most people know that Alzheimer's OC does a lot of things for our village. They have training classes for caregivers, and of course they have right across the street the SCADS, and what that stands for is South County Adult Day Center.
Yeah.
SCADS is a lot easier.
Scads.
We have a group that just rotates and takes
Wonderful.
every week.
Every week we've been doing that for about 2.5 years.
And so Alzheimer, I would say that probably more than 80% of the people that come there are from this village. So Alzheimer's does a lot for the village just in that way. We also have the Foundation of Laguna Woods Village, and I think a lot of people do know what they do, but they do so many different things. For one thing, they help when people run into difficulties with funds, and they can help with that. On the slide that I provide at the pre-show, I have a list this long of things that the foundation helps with. So I'm going to be, that'll be shown in the slide.
Very good,
Okay?
yeah, more information,
And then
definitely.
Kiwanis basically is famous for giving scholarships to nurses, high school students, And they also work on a one-on-one level with kids in the grade schools that are having trouble at school, and they help them. And I think what they do is so powerful. Yeah, it's a really good thing. So
Well, what you guys do is very powerful also, and we don't want to gloss over it. In case you missed the blurb, Sunshine mentioned for 2.5 years, every week, they entertain at SCADS, the Adult Daycare Services, a group of the Sunshine Performance Club folks. And it is so rewarding. These folks, they pack them in, and they're waiting every single week for this wonderful entertainment that is given to them every week, and it's been going on since 2015.
And they have a beautiful new building too that they've had for a while now,
Yes.
for about
Right.
a year maybe now.
Yep.
They've been over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple events coming up for Alzheimer's that I might as well mention while I'm
Okay,
here.
good.
Of course, they have a monthly a monthly meeting. And in that meeting, they've been going through and having brain exercises. It's free, free to the community. And they've been doing these wonderful brain exercises, kind of like saying, okay, these are things that you could do to keep your brain working a little bit better. So,
And you always start with a song, you and David, and I'm there playing.
yeah, that's right, we
Yeah.
do that. And then that's on December 8th. And then, so it's right after our show, because our show is on Sunday the 3rd, and this is on Friday the 8th. And then on Friday the 15th, thank you, Dr. Tring, who was the speaker at the last Alzheimer's meeting, is just so clear. I mean, he's very educated, and yet he brings that education down to a level that no matter what your background, you can get it, you know, what he's talking about. And he is coming, right now he's in Boston. He is learning all about all the new things that have come up in the last year with the research with Alzheimer's. So he's going to come back and he's going to present to the community what has happened this last year.
Great news.
So that should be very exciting.
Yes.
That is going to be on a, let's see, what did I say? Friday,
15th?
December 15th,
Yeah.
10 a.m. in Clubhouse 5. And it's free to the community.
Very good. What was that again? Clubhouse 5?
5
On
and December 15th,
December
10 a.m.
15th at 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Very good. Clubhouse 5.
yes.
Very
yes.
good. Informative, I'm sure.
Yes. And I did want to give credit to, they need sponsors for that. We need sponsors for our show, but I do want to honor those sponsors that we already have. We have Mrs. Leanne Koo, who is our title sponsor. Our diamond sponsors are Alan and Susan, Sue, Dr. Henry Lee, Color Digit, who provides our programs. Our gold sponsors, we have one anonymous, Rock and Rollers Club, Irvine Clinical Research, and Tongue Out, which is Dr. Tring's thing. And 2 silver sponsors, the Wellington and O'Connor Mortuary.
Very good. Very
And,
good. So we got from the opening show all the way to the sponsors. We got most of it in. Very good. Thank you guys very much. We look forward to the show. And again, thank you very much for all you guys do from, I'm sure, everybody here in the village. It's been 20 shows. That's a lot of shows.
Yes.
And probably as many years. Okay. All right. Thank you much, Sunshine and Mark, for stopping by and chatting with us on Club Talk.
Thank you,
And
Tony.
folks, that wraps up today's show. And go out there and stay happy, healthy, and energized and positive. And we'll see you at the Christmas show on December 3rd. Otherwise, go out and make it a great day. We'll see you next time right here on Club Talk. Bye now.